In the far reaches of the galaxy, in the dust and shadow of forgotten civilizations, there existed a planet known as Earth. To the other species of the universe, Earth was just another world in the far-flung fringes of space, a planet lost to time, a relic of the past. It had been centuries since any of the more advanced races had set foot on it, and even longer since any communication had been received from the so-called lost colony. Most galactic histories dismissed Earth as a failed experiment, a place where humanity had been abandoned, its purpose lost to history. But in the cold corners of the galaxy, a forgotten truth lingered. Earth was not what it seemed. Humanity had been a project, one of many, by an ancient and powerful alien race known as the Ithari. The Ithari had seeded countless worlds with the potential for life, crafting species to fulfill various purposes throughout the galaxy. Earth, however, had been different. The Ithari had intended to mold humans into a perfect race, one that would eventually serve their empire. But as time passed, humanity began to change in ways the Ithari did not expect. It was a subtle thing at first. The humans grew more adaptable, more resourceful, and they developed a strange, almost untraceable ability to thrive in adversity. The Ithari were not used to failure, and Earth had proven to be an anomaly. One fateful day, the Ithari made a decision. In a move that many now saw as a catastrophic mistake, they abandoned Earth, cutting all ties with the colony. The humans were left behind, isolated, and left to fend for themselves on a planet that was no longer connected to the wider universe. The Ithari's expectation was simple. Humanity would fade away, a failed experiment in the endless sea of galactic history. The once advanced race would never know that Earth, far from being a lost colony, was actually thriving in ways that no one could have predicted. On Earth, humanity's natural drive for survival took over. Isolated from the galactic network, Earth's population adapted in extraordinary ways. The technological remnants left by the Ithari were studied, and humanity's ingenuity transformed the planet into a thriving hub of innovation. The humans built new civilizations, rediscovered their past, and embraced the challenges of their world with unmatched determination. They didn't just survive, they evolved. The story of Earth's isolation wasn't known to many. In the higher echelons of galactic society, Earth was just a footnote, a distant memory, a world written off as lost. The Galactic Council continued to operate with the assumption that humanity had disappeared, like so many other colonies before it. But humanity's will to survive was stronger than any advanced technology the galaxy had to offer. Over centuries, humans developed a unique blend of technology and biology that allowed them to adapt in ways no other species could. By the time the Ithari realized their mistake, it was already too late. It began with strange signals, encrypted transmissions, subtle anomalies in the galaxy's communication networks. The Ithari had always prided themselves on their technological superiority, but the signals coming from Earth were unlike anything they had encountered before. At first, they ignored it, thinking it was some kind of cosmic interference. But as the signals grew more sophisticated, they realized that something was happening on Earth. Someone was reaching out, and it wasn't a cry for help. It was a message of challenge. The Ithari dispatched a fleet to investigate, confident that the lost colony was nothing more than a shadow of its former self. The fleet arrived to find Earth's defenses in place, advanced, crude, but effective. The humans, though they had not yet revealed their true technological prowess to the galaxy, had built formidable weapons, and they were ready to protect their home. When the Ithari ships entered Earth's atmosphere, they were immediately met with a welcome they hadn't anticipated. The sky was alive with defense systems. Weapons that had been dormant for centuries now lit up the sky. Earth had turned the tables on its would-be conquerors, and the once advanced Ithari fleet was caught off guard. The first wave of Ithari ships was knocked out of orbit, falling into the atmosphere in blazing wrecks. The humans had learned quickly. Over the years, they had developed their own forms of technology based on Ithari remnants, but they had added something more, humanity's indomitable will. Earth's ships, though built from salvaged technology and scrap metal, were far more advanced than the Ithari had assumed. The first battle was an unexpected success for the humans, and the Ithari, for the first time in centuries, were left reeling. The Ithari fleet retreated, and the leaders of the council, stunned by the sudden emergence of an armed and capable Earth, began to scramble. A second wave of more advanced ships was prepared, but by then, the humans were already ready. Earth's forces had united, a coalition of human-made fleets, powered by newly developed energy sources and advanced military tactics. Humanity's warships, now adapted to their needs, were more than just war machines. They were symbols of defiance, of a species that had never given up, even when the galaxy had forgotten them. On the ground, humanity's forces were even more surprising. Cities once thought to be mere relics had become fortresses. Entire human armies, trained in both ancient and modern warfare, stood ready to defend their home against the invaders. The Ithari had underestimated the resourcefulness of humanity, never suspecting that the species they had abandoned had evolved beyond their wildest expectations. The Earth was no longer a lost colony, it was a resurging empire. The second wave of the Ithari fleet arrived with overwhelming force, expecting a quick victory. Instead, they were met with fierce resistance, unlike any they had encountered before. Earth's forces, with a unique combination of human ingenuity and desperation, struck back hard. The battle lasted for days, with both sides suffering heavy casualties, but the Ithari, ever proud and overconfident, began to realize the scale of their mistake. And then the unexpected happened. The humans launched a daring attack, infiltrating the heart of the Ithari fleet and deploying technology they had developed based on ancient Ithari tech. Using their ingenuity, they reversed-engineered the advanced systems, turning them into weapons of their own. In a final devastating move, the humans launched a counterattack, overwhelming the Ithari with their own technology. The Ithari ships, unable to withstand the onslaught, began to fall one by one. The final battle over Earth ended with a shocking result. The Ithari fleet was defeated. Their leaders, who had long considered themselves the rulers of the galaxy, were forced to acknowledge the rise of a new power, Earth. In the aftermath of the war, humanity's status in the galaxy shifted. The Council, once dismissive, now understood the truth. Earth was no longer a lost colony. It was a thriving, resilient world that had not only survived but had evolved beyond the point of their imagining. And the galaxy, once sure of its superiority, now had to reckon with the reality of humanity's potential. Earth, the lost colony, was now a power to be reckoned with, and the universe would never forget that even the most forgotten of worlds could rise to claim their place among the stars.